It's October. It's one of my favorite months. It is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. That means I'm celebrating all month long. To get things going, I wanted to talk about a mobile game I created for kids to teach them about cybersecurity. I designed and programmed this game in 2 nights, and these are my 5 tips for creating a successful mobile game. Roll it. Mike Spizak here. Welcome to the lab. Thanks for hanging out. So about 3 months ago, I was asked to present at a virtual cybersecurity conference, specifically in the education and STEM track. For those of you that know me, know that I am a huge fan of STEM-related activities. So it's about 1 week before I have to give the presentation. I have no slides, none, nothing prepared. I'm the worst procrastinator ever sometimes. And I wanted to do a talk about securing the Internet of Things. You know, these are things like smart devices, smart thermostats, smart doorbells, smart cameras, and why it's important to keep these things secure. Given that this particular conference was virtual, I needed to figure out a way to really engage the audience. So I had this last-minute idea to create a game. Maybe it had something to do with the Internet of Things. Maybe it could be a multiplayer game. So many ideas. And make it secure. I don't know. I had no idea what I was doing. Ask me how much game design experience I have. None. Ask me how many games I've actually programmed. None. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Okay, first, you have to work that idea. Now, this is arguably one of the hardest parts of game development and game design. You might be saying, Mike, I have no great ideas. I would say, yes, you do. I made a video a few months ago about finding innovation. Have a look at that. It applies here. Now, I knew the premise of my game was going to be based on cybersecurity. So since it was built up around cybersecurity and the Internet of Things, that leads me to the next tip. Your mobile game should tell a story. Some of you guys know I love storytelling. And a lot of my presentation style is built up around telling stories. And stories go a long way in the gaming world. Your players need a purpose to start the game, to play the game, and to finish the game. And for that, we need a storyline. Creating a storyline is not as hard as you might think. So carrying on with the theme of the Internet of Things and cybersecurity, I had this idea. What if the players, when they joined the game, they became an IoT device, like a doorbell, or a thermostat, or a car, things that are connected to the internet. These would be devices that I already talked about during the presentation. Their device would be infected with a virus or malware. The faster you patch your device, the more points you'd get. All right, now let's relate this back to a storyline. The players of the game would ultimately be the hero as a cybersecurity threat analyst. Their strength will be the combined power to patch and ultimately save their IoT device. So they are sort of competing against each other for points, but also collectively coming together to save all of the IoT devices and stop this mass denial of service attack. Kind of like a game within the game. All right, the next tip is to make it easy yet somewhat addictive. So in this case, simplicity rules. Regardless of your target audience, you want your game to be easy, fast-paced, and fun. This will keep your users engaged and coming back for more. One element that I made sure that I included in the game was a leaderboard. The leaderboard I included is updated live during the game. As kids play the game, they can see where they stand against other players. I found that this significantly increased engagement and excitement during gameplay. Okay, the next tip, and one of my favorites, figure out your tech. For a lot of mobile developers out there, it really comes down to figuring out and prioritizing where most of your users are hanging out. And that comes down to really iOS or Android. For me, I made the choice to just sort of avoid that question altogether, and I went towards a hybrid model, which basically means I write a game based on web-based technologies, and it plays on either Android or iOS devices, and even desktop devices that are running a web browser. There is no shortage of tutorials and videos out there on how to get started using web technologies to create games, and I'm gonna leave links down in the description below on some of the ones that I used. Okay, and finally we get to focus on your design. Anyone who's played a mobile game knows that good user experience and cool graphics are really what's gonna make the game. Now, my graphic design capabilities are marginal at best. I think that kind of looks like a light bulb, right? That's the idea, is the light. Some of these graphics I drew at 3 o'clock in the morning. Here's a doorbell, you know, the ones with the camera on them now. The smart doorbell, it's like a smart doorbell, you know? It's supposed to be a camera. Kind of looks like an 8 ball now that I'm looking at it, like a billiard ball, you know, like a pool ball, but it's camera. It's definitely a camera. It's a smart thermostat. You know, like one of those ones that like automatically detects if you're in the house, makes it 72 degrees. Super comfortable. You gotta get close up on that. See the red line in there indicating that they are hacked. It needed to be clear and consumable to the player that their infection level was 100%, their patch level is 0, and when the game started, they had to patch their device quickly. So I brought all these elements together that we just talked about to essentially design and code this cybersecurity game in 2 nights. Since releasing this game about 2 months ago, it's been played by well over 300 kids. When I've given the presentation, kids often ask to play the game multiple times. The evaluations I get back from giving some of these presentations show me a net promoter score of about 70 to 75, which is like, hello. Yeah, I know. And at the end of the day, sometimes I just straight up ask the kids. And trust me, most kids will be brutally honest with you when it comes to games. So let me tie this back to your technical growth, eminence, and becoming a professional. Talking at events like this will absolutely help you grow your presence and just become an all-around better presenter. You will grow and learn about new technologies. Also, gamification in general is a huge topic in a variety of industries. And at the end of the day, for me personally, providing a resource that educators can use to help teach kids the importance of cybersecurity kind of feels like you're helping out. That's pretty cool. That's it for me. I had a great time making this video for you. I had a blast making this game and not sleeping for 2 nights. If you have questions about how I created this game, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Please go ahead and like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you're not already, and go have a good day. In fact, go have a great day. Go play a game, just for a little bit. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.